What's up, guys? This is Chris from Honest Outlaw here, and today we're coming at you with another 1,000 round review. This 1,000 round review was probably the most requested of this year. Out of all the comments I've seen an enormous amount of requests for this, so here you go. This is a 1,000 round review of the Canik Rival SFX Dark Side. Canik Rival is a version of the SFX. It's an upgrade to the predecessor, and the Dark Side is actually a version of the Rival. A lot of different types of Caniks and a lot of different models of Caniks out there. This one actually was sent to me by Canik 6 or 7 months ago. We did the first shots, and ever since then, I've been beating the crap out of it. I've had my friends over to shoot this. I've had my wife shoot this. A lot of rounds through the gun, and so far, some pretty decent results. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to mention the Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you guys I can afford the ammunition to shoot 1,000 round reviews. Without you guys, these wouldn't be possible, so I appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is go to the link in the description and sign up. Also in that description is a link to a local shelter named Iowa. It's the YSS, it's a youth shelter. Those kids could really use your help, so please get on there, click that link, and donate to those kids. It's a damn good thing to do. Now, the Canik Rival is a 5-inch striker-fired polymer frame pistol with actually quite a lot of things about it I think most people will like. This is a competition style gun, legal for carry optics in USPSA, IDPA, and several other divisions, including production if you're not going to run the optic. This is actually the Mechanic, I think. Yeah, the optic that came with the gun. Mechanic. Public schools. But anyway, it actually comes with a plate that you can add a rear sight to co-witness with your front sight, which is very, very cool. The Rival here comes with 5 different optic plates, so you can get whatever optic you want on the gun. Very cool, but some of them have rear sights and some of them don't. The 5-inch barrel is really nice for not only accuracy, recoil control, but ballistic capability because you get a little more oomph with your 9mm round. It has blacked out rear with a fiber optic front. We have really, really cool serrations on the slide there, which are extremely useful. A lot of people discount those front slide serrations, man, but if you put an optic on the back, you don't want to be bumping that too much. Oh, a couple arguments in the last video about that. The optic should be fine. Some optics are fine, some are not. A lot of it depends on how you mount it, what you mount it, the plate, and or the optic, and or the interface with the gun. I err on the side of not hitting the thing if I can. Now, if you have to use it for like one-handed manipulation stuff, we did do that a couple times. I didn't lose 0. That being said, I like the front slide serrations because I can load the gun, come over the top here, and avoid the optic altogether. Picatinny rail there, super awesome trigger, which we'll get to here in a minute. Extended magazine release, pretty good texture, back straps, and overall a pretty good price as well. So what would I use this gun for? This gun would definitely be good for home defense. It would be really good for competition because that's what it's designed for. And I think based on its reliability, which again we'll get to here in a second, I think it would be like a pretty good defensive gun or even a carry gun. Now, one thing you have to remember, it is a big gun for a carry gun, but I know a lot of people carry Glock 34s, or at least say they do. I certainly know people who carry Glock 17s. I've met several people who carry Glock 17s all the time. This gun is the same size as that gun. Same overall size and weight. The barrel length is 5 inches, overall length is 8.1 inches, and we have a overall weight, I think, of just a little bit bigger than a Glock at about 29 ounces. So very lightweight, very shootable platform. Comes with 2 18-round magazines as well. So not only the fiber optic sights, you get the optic if you buy the one that comes with the optic. There's with and or without. You get a bunch of these features, but you get this super awesome trigger as well. And as you can see here, this trigger is a 90-degree trigger here. It breaks very, very clean. It's very light, and the reset is awesome. This is the trigger the 509 Edge wishes it had. This is a trigger that a lot of guns wish it had. Honestly, other than the PDP, I don't know of anything that even competes with this. This is probably as good or better than any other P99 clone. I'm not really sure how the hell they did this for the price that this comes out with, but this trigger is extremely impressive, and I didn't just think so. My buddy Nick and Dalton both came over here and shot this for the Trick Shot Challenge the other day, and both of them were very impressed. Dalton, on his first shot with this gun ever, hit a 6-inch plate at 50 yards. 50 yards, 6-inch plate.
Okay, just so everybody knows, the dot is the same size as the plate.
Nice! The accuracy in this gun, unbelievable. On the first shots, I was able to clean the plate rack at 50 yards. All right, so now we're at 50 yards. We'll try to clear those poppers there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then we might try to clear the 6-inch plates as well. We'll see here. 50 yards is a long way for little targets. That's one. 2, 3. Very impressive. The recoil control on this gun is probably the only thing I would really knock it on, because the reliability of the gun was absolutely excellent. We shot 1,000 rounds for this of varying ammunition, anywhere from Fiocchi 115 to Phoenix remanufactured ammunition, which we did have the initial bobble in the first shots, but it just failed to chamber it. The problem I have with that is remanufactured ammo I don't really count as a negative, because honestly that can be pretty poor ammo to begin with, and you can't knock a gun for putting bad ammo in it. All the ammo that we got that was factory ammo, anywhere from Fiocchi to Federal to Eli 147 grain, it worked perfectly. The recoil and pulse is a little bit heavier than maybe something like a Glock or honestly even a PDP. I think that's because of the small grip. It does have a relatively small grip for how long the slide is, but if you look at people like Niles Johnson or any of the people that have won national championships with Canik, it can obviously be overcome. Old problems with the Canik would be stiff recoil springs. That is non-existent in this gun. We have a loaded chamber indicator, striker indicator. We have the Glock style takedown to make the gun very easy to take down. As you can see that right there. We have a stainless steel guide rod inside the gun. How do they do all this? We have slide cuts underneath the bottom of the gun as well, slide cuts in the gun. We have literally cuts on the barrel to make it unique. Honestly, this is probably the best value for the money of any gun that I've ever purchased. And that kind of sucks for me, because honestly this gun was made in Turkey and I'd prefer it was made in the United States. I know Century Arms imports these, and overall this gun is a phenomenal gun. We shot 1,000 rounds for this. We beat the crap out of it. You can see the optic here. We were doing optic testing on this. I was dropping it. I smacked it against barrels and dropped it on the ground, and no problems with the optic, no problems with the mounting system, no reliability issues with 1,000 rounds of ammunition. So accurate that even regular shooters can be very, very good shots with this gun. Now, another pretty cool thing about it is it does have Ambi slide release, which is pretty sweet. However, because of my big ass thumbs, I have a tendency to ride that, and sometimes the slide doesn't lock back. That's not a problem with the gun. That's a problem with the battery of arms that I choose to use with the gun. The extended magazine release can be swapped over to the other side as well. I'm not sure if it can be undone. Sometimes when they have this set screw like this, you can actually take it out and just have a standard magazine release. I don't know that to be true, but you might be able to. We got a little texture up here for your thumb as well, which I like a lot. Speaking of the takedown levers, they're actually done better than Glock. You can see you can get a good grip, a good purchase on those, and actually pull those out. One of the cool, unique things that I like is a little bit of the cuts up front here. That's a very unique cut in the front of the slide, and a very unique cut at the bottom here as well, kind of giving it that Terran Tactical style, but with a little different look. I'm not sure if that will decrease overall durability of the slide if you start beating on it with a hammer or something like that, but for competition use, generally a lighter slide, the slide reciprocates faster, your split times go down. That's very nice. Overall, the only thing I would really do to improve this gun is I would probably have a set of backstraps that actually includes a backstrap that goes up here like Walter does. For guys with big ass hands, I can get a little bit of separation on the trigger. And other than that, for a competition gun, I probably would have textured this very heavily, like maybe an M&P 2.0 or something like that if I was creating this gun. But honestly, other than that, there really isn't any other thing to knock it for. It's an absolutely fantastic gun. In my opinion, it's kind of the pinnacle of the P99 clones. And for something like $600, this is a hell of a bargain, and you'd have no problem winning any USPSA match or any defensive conflict you find yourself in if you had the skills, if you had one of these. Sample size of one, obviously I have to say that in every review. You might have one that has malfunctions, you might have one that's not accurate, you might just suck at shooting as well. Hard to tell because I don't know you. That being said, I have several friends that own these, and all of them are happy with them. So if you're looking for a great gun for a good value, the Canik Rival is a pretty good way to go. Spoiler alert, I actually have the new version of the Canik Meta coming here next week. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, because we're gonna have another Canik next week.